Hey Metapros, welcome to the Q&A session with the core team of Metapro. We've received some questions about the feedback we have received on this event, how it went, what were the numbers of people attending, and basically what are our thoughts after the event. I'm the host. We've got Jakub Anczak, CTO, Marcin Woł, our COO, Piotr, CMO, Michał Barczak, CEO, Filip Zygmunt, AD, and Łukasz, BDM. Let's jump into it. Martin, you're the first to go. Will we have more events of the magnitude of Web3 Game Arena or something similar?
Of course we will have, Robert. You know, normally that was, I think, an early start for us. For those which seen us last year at Poznan Game Arena, they have realized the progress we have created. But when you look at it more deeply and answer your question straight, this year we had close to 15 games with us. Some of them were exhibiting, some of them were online. We were presenting their games. We showed the gameplay. We have a big sim racing event. So lots of good stuff. But the goal is, the next step will be the full pavilion. So let's bring 40, 50 games into the exhibition center. And on the other side, we want to go globally. So yes, year by year, as we progress, we grow also this side of the business.
That's great stuff. Love it and can't wait. And how did you coordinate and manage the logistics of this whole event? What has been the biggest challenge?
I think I will answer the question, but the question is really to pride our team because what I can say that we have a team which is very well working under extreme pressure. They can deliver so many things in such a short period of time. It's unbelievable. So in terms of how we manage logistic and everything else, I think we done it. We just done it as a teamwork. All the leads, heads of each department just work 24/7, 7 days a week. I think 3-4 weeks prior to the event to deliver that. You also know that because you know how much work you have put in from your side and all the other guys on the call as well. So I would say for us it's a piece of cake in general. We can do it, we delivered it, and we're gonna do it again on a bigger scale.
Sure. And in your opinion, how did the experience go? How do you feel positioned compared to other Web2 companies from the gaming sector which were present on the event?
I think it went great. We have the biggest zone on the event, such a brands like Cyberpunk or some Ubisoft, which are well known in the industry. They were impressed in general. For me, this is the answer. What the hell is this Metapro about? You know, why they are bigger than us? And this is amazing because it just shows that we follow the roadmap we have written down over 12 months ago and ticking the boxes. So my opinion that we have impressed everyone. We have put ourselves in a position that we are the leaders of the transition. If you are serious about Web3 gaming, you want to work with a company which have know-how, technology, you need to come to us.
Sure. Yeah, totally agree because for me it was kind of crazy too when I saw we have a much bigger section than, I don't know, like Nintendo or Xbox. I'm also curious what people thought.
I think the best answer was I think it was Friday. No, it was Sunday about 5 p.m. We were starting to wrap it up. There was a guy coming from Germany saying, "I want to work with you. What I have to do? Can I sell my game? Can I put my assets? You are the biggest on the event." I said, "Thank you very much. Let's do it." And I think this is the answer to your question.
Thank you, Martin, very much. I think that was everything from this side. I think I can hop next to Łukasz. What our community is mostly curious about is, did you manage to talk with some Web2 game projects that were present on the conference? What was their take on whole NFT and blockchain technology in game? And maybe we'll even see some of them on our market.
Yeah, we had a lot of conversation, you know, most of them obviously been on our section, Web3 section, with the partners, sponsors, Web2 games dev, Web3 games dev, the graphic designers, etc. And they've been asking, what is that about, you know? So we've been explaining them how is that works, how they can, you know, benefit from it. But we also had a lot of conversation in indie game section, where they are like small studios. Usually they are like one-man bands where they do like, you know, graphic designs, they developing, they manage the social medias, etc. And we had a like clear conversation with them, how can they benefit from, you know, from jumping to Web3. And I was showing them like very good example of, for example, the one guy was struggling with graphics. He said he's developing the game, but he's struggling with the graphics. You know, he has to manage to do like, for example, 100 or maybe 50 different cars for his game. Yeah. And I just said to him, look, the Web3 can help you easily on that one. You just do the competition, for example, on one of the groups on Facebook, where you advise, you know, guys, I'm looking for the designers who can do like 50 different cars for me. If I pick them, they will be inside the games, and you all will be sharing the profit from it, because obviously there will be the NFTs inside the games. So if they sell those NFTs, the designers and the dev also can share the profit. So that was one of the examples that I showcased, and they said, well, is that just amazing, never thought it could work like that, you know. So that's one of the, you know, way jumping to Web3 and using this technology into the standard Web2 games.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I feel like the Web3 technology is very empowering for the indie studios itself, because they don't have budget or like enough people to launch a new game. So yeah, that's some good stuff. And how do you monitor and evaluate the performance and satisfaction of the sponsors, partners, exhibitors, and speakers, and other people that have been involved in Web3 game arena, and what was their feedback?
Yeah, well, we always closely work with our partners. That's why I'm inside almost 100 different groups on Telegram and Discord together, and we are in close touch with them. So, you know, wherever there is a need for a call to discuss the next steps, etc., any feedbacks, we are on it. And also there is a good example of the game who was actually physically showcasing on Web3 Game Arena. They came to me and physically, and they said that they very grateful for what we have done for them, because they never expected to be inside the Web3 game zone, and they wouldn't even expect that many people came to their booth and ask, you know, guys, what you doing? This game is looking good. How we can play? And you know, because there was like 50,000 visitors during 3 days, so they couldn't get more, you know, better and more better place actually to showcase their games. So this is how we work. You know, we closely work with them. We asking their feedbacks. We collaborating. We changing the way if there is a need, and that's our approach towards the customers, the partners, the people who working with us closely.
Nice. That's perfect. And in building partnerships, how do you envision the blockchain and NFT technology for the potential of reshaping the way Web2 game projects could interact with Metapro? I think you kind of previously mentioned, but I think like we need to fully give an answer on that.
Yeah, I have a few key ways for how this transaction can occur, and obviously I'm just going to mention a few because there is a lot of them. So ownership and digital assets, that could be one of them, because blockchain and NFTs enable true ownership of game assets. Yeah, so that means the Web2 game project can integrate NFTs into the gameplay, allowing players to have ownership of their items. The next one is the interoperability. So items from one game can be used on another game, can jump from one game to metaverse, etc. So that's something allowed, you know, Web3 games. Transparency and the trust. Obviously, blockchain is very transparent. Everyone can see anything. They can easily, check if the item is actually, specific for the game, every rarity and authenticity of the item as well. The next one could be that's the hard word, incentivizing the content creator, and that's exactly a good example of what I said at the beginning, that the creator can also share the profit, same as the game developers from taking the part onto the games.
Thank you very much. I think as the next one I'll go to Philip. Basically, how did the whole design process for such a big event look? What was the inspiration for the race cars that has been used in the tournament?
Yeah, at first we had to create a general outline. Then we needed to make a list, task list, set priorities, and divide them. After that, we started working on them step by step. Sometimes we had to design many things at once, because they come up suddenly, but in my opinion, we managed it quite well. And the cars were supposed to be similar to real ones, but more modern and dynamic, fitting the event. Working with the best pro racing and sim racing drivers made the task a lot easier.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we really received a lot of feedback from people that the whole design of our booth itself, of our merchandise, of our of the cars you mentioned, they were really innovative. So yeah. Thank you very much. And when it comes to inspirations, like something has to inspire you. What is that thing?
No, inspiration sources are definitely the gaming world, the internet, and observing our product users. I think it is important to follow current trends in the virtual world and use the opportunities provided by AI technology, 3D design, and etc.
Sure. AI has been used in the creation process. Yeah, is that right?
Yes, AI is good technology for make more whole stuff.
Yeah, totally agree. Piotr, and how does the Metapro team attract the audience at events like the recent one on Web3 Game Arena? How did this process look from our side?
So we had to use multiple platforms, both to attract people online on our platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Of course, we use some tools as advertisement, thanks to our friends over in Converters and ESE. So we had to brought both sim racers, professional sim racers like our ambassadors Nikodem and Kuba from Williams Esports, and also we had to attract sim racing audience on both TikTok and YouTube, and of course our main source of communication was Twitter. So yeah, this was the main part of the communication.
Okay, yeah, sure, understand. And how many people did the whole marketing campaign of the Web3 Game Arena reach? Like any circa number?
Okay, so that's a great question. Right now we are still counting, as it's Friday, so around a week after the whole event. So right now we are sitting at around 30 million of reach or of views, but we are still counting. We have many platforms, influencers, and portals which are still sending us numbers. I think we can exceed even 35 to even 40 million views. But when we got the exact number, we'll send it to our community and to our partners. I think it's a great success to make such big number, because our goal was to exceed over 20 million. So as you can see, 30 to 40 to even 50 million. It's a big success. It's done in around a month of time. So yeah, our team was working hard to achieve this. And once we got the exact number, we'll tell everyone how it goes.
Sure. And as the last question, what if you could elaborate on how is Metapro planning on to reaching directly to Web2 gamers? Because Web3 gamers is a totally different stuff, but we also do want to attract Web2 gamers into the Web3 sphere.
Yeah, sure, of course. Web2 gamers are a very important part of the gaming industry. Right now we are mostly working with Web3 games, but it's just the beginning. As Łukasz said already, we are talking with many Web2 games to attract them into the Web3 world, and we see their communities to be attracted into Web3 games too. We've seen a great feedback from Web2 players over the hour on our station with AMD. We had over 10 computers to play on games, and yeah, people were very excited to take part in challenges like Degenyuki. Right now, we got some partnerships ready to work with Web2 world, traditional world of gaming, and I think this will be a great success to attract their players into our games.
That's great. Okay, thank you for that, Piotrek. And Jakub, what were the numbers of games played during the Web3 Game Arena? Like some statistics about Degenyuki and some other titles.
Right. So hello everyone. Yeah, first of all, I want to thank the entire team for effort and for hard work. And if it goes about the number, we have like 50,000 of played rounds in Degenyuki. It's our Metapro game that has already like implemented our solutions in it, and yeah, it was very funny, and yeah, it was impressive because once you see the player that played that game and has like a lot of emotions out of it, yeah, it's like a great prize for work that we take in the whole process.
Sure. Thank you. And in your opinion, what are the key standout technical features of our market launcher? What are the key standout technical features of both the Metapro market and our launcher, and what makes it different? What's innovative in it, comparing it to similar solutions, both from Web3 and Web2, like from stuff we have already seen on Web3 Game Arena?
Okay, to be honest, I captured that the people are like pretty. They used to use such solutions like launchers, game launchers, but our solution, our tool is a little bit different, because we like connecting our market, like the way that you can have some NFT that has, for example, some 3D asset implemented in it, and you can easily use it in some game. Of course, to get access to the launcher, it's pretty easy because the one thing you need to have our wallet, mobile wallet, and yeah, this is the way you can connect to almost all our solutions. Like through this wallet, you simply have an account, and on our launcher you can easily download those games. Yeah. Also, this mentioned Dijon Yuki, that is well played, and yeah, as guys mentioned a little bit earlier, our solution is different than the others because the asset you have in a game is, let's say, you own it forever because of the blockchain technology that we use. It's based on the NFT tokens. So even though the Metapro market, of course, it's like totally different story. But if we want work like in the next 50 years, you still will have access to this asset.
Yeah. That's one of the best things about implementation of the blockchain in gaming. Totally agree. And yeah, I'm sure you probably have been talking to some other game dev studios or dev studios in general that were on this event. Have you been exchanging some ideas, or maybe have you got some feedback about our solutions, or maybe had some cool conversations about the technology itself? Like, what was the take of some bigger dev studios on Web3? Maybe they are considering it, or they are totally against it and see no future for it in the gaming scene.
Yeah, actually, it's a hard one because the big studios, like they feel that they know everything already, but as Łukasz mentioned, like a little bit like smaller studios see the very great opportunity in our solution. Like the way we help the smaller projects to implement the whole ecosystem, like the tools that we provide to their projects. But I think compare this event, the last one, with the last year. Like the people that answered the whole event was totally different. Like yeah, I met some guys that said, "Oh, guys, you're still here. This is amazing," because I didn't see anything special in your project in the last year, but in this year was a bit different because yeah. Like a part of the great simulators that had this meta car implemented, we also had this Dijon Yuki and the bunch of other games on our launcher, and the whole area was totally bigger compared to the last year. And yeah, it was something special compared to the last year.
Thanks, Jakub. And yeah, Mike, the man himself, CEO.
Yes, here.
What kind of comments did you receive as the CEO of Metapro during the event?
Oh man, a lot of positive opinion. But first of all, guys, huge thanks for all you did before the event and your effort to prepare this such a huge event like W3GA Arena. This is what you mentioned, guys. Last year is it's not comparable how this area looks this year to this what we have the last year before. And probably the base of this, the opinion was fantastic and very enthusiastic. Both of itself and what we do as Metapro and how this event looks and what we prepared as a team. But especially nice to hear warm words just about the professionalism of the team and this how it works. So this is why I like to start this conversation from huge thanks for all of you guys. Particularly what catch my attention was the fact that many of our partners and projects we work realize on this event how big is what we were preparing, and most of them which did not to take part in this year on W3GA Arena already decided to participate in the next edition. So for me personally, I think this is the main goal we achieve at the first edition of W3GA Arena, Gamer, especially what we did last year and this huge progress we made this year.
Great. And what is the main focus on this type of events, whether like a B2B conversion or just trying to show off, or a mix of some other things? Like, what is it?
Definitely, event like this is the best opportunity to see how players perceive Web3 games, and we know this is a challenge for us, not only for us, but for all Web3 games and Web3 project, but also opportunity. But yeah, just like you mentioned, it's also opportunity from business perspective. So a lot of talk with publisher, game developers, discuss how we can start cooperating, how we can start onboarding their games and their players in Web3 with Web3 arena, Web3 zone, because we know that this is a challenge for both of us. It's a challenge to onboard Web3 players in gaming, and it's also some challenge to onboard players in these traditional players in Web3 games.
And thank you for that. And why did basically Metapro decide to focus on sim racing, where there's so many different branches of competitive gaming? And why sim racing? Is it like a perfect match with Web3, or yeah?
You know, the sim racing, it's a perfect match for us to show how we can combine blockchain technology with esports, especially with esports, but not only with sim racing. The sim racing is a game for us, so we know how to deal with this. We have a great partners, so we decided to show based on this this part of esports how we can bring to this market new value, new opportunity, and new technology. Basically, generally, sim race esport is a huge topic for Web3. We can show the big value of monetization, how we can distribute the asset, how we can play with in different way. We can play with sim racer, with esporters, and of course, the most important part is the part of the monetization. But in this topic, we are not talking only about the monetization of the players. This is probably one of the most important part for me. It's a new way of monetization of the asset, which you are using in esport, in games. So yeah, it's a huge challenge, but the challenge also for changing a mindset when someone outside of the Web3 game market is looking on us and try to understand what really we are doing. So the place like this, the sim racing event, and the events like this, they are a huge opportunity to explain, to show online how it works, explain how we can deal together and what Metapro is, and how we create all this ecosystem to onboard the games, the players, and so on.
Thanks. And I think the most popular question we got is, what are the next steps? What are the next events planned? Maybe you could spill some tea on that.
I won't reveal the details, but in a few days, Marcin W3GA is with us right now, and we are going to Dubai for a few weeks to prepare something new for you, something special. We know that W3GA Arena was his first step, and we are cooking right now something more global, more specific for esport. Of course, this year also we will start preparation together with PGA for the next edition of the of the event during the next Poznan Game Arena in 2024. I think it will be our tradition to be a part of this event and building the bigger and the bigger arena from year to year. So, stay tuned and follow our channels to, updating what we are doing.
I think I would like to add something to the question. So I think the main part will be the job which Luke has done in the team on the event, and which is really amazing when you think about this, that the game developers are hungry. They're hungry, they want to get knowledge. And this is our next step. So we're going to provide them knowledge. They have a technology, we also give them a knowledge. The knowledge based on tutorials, the knowledge based on some courses, maybe some seminars, whatever will be required to give them knowledge, to show them the potentials of Web3 technology. I think that's the ultimate goal. And this is an answer to the hungry game developers. It wasn't our strategy, but now we know that we have to do it.
Yeah, I think the entire Web3 gaming industry must be close to the players. So educate them, explain, changing their mindset, how to deal with Web3. But guys, if someone don't understand right now that the places like Poznan Game Arena and Web3 Game Arena zone is the place where Web3 games should be, and dealing with players, they should understand this as quick as it possible to not lose this race. So, yeah, education, testing the games, be close of the players. This is our goal.
Thanks. And yeah, I will also share some of my afterthoughts because I really had some conversation with people on our booth. Mainly, they were strictly Web2 gamers, and they didn't really have any clue about NFT and blockchain technology. But after like few minutes of conversation with them and showing them the possibilities that an NFT can be more than just a picture of monkey that doesn't have any utility, and the problem itself is not with the technology, because the technology is brilliant. The issue is some people just cannot fully use its capabilities, and I truly believe that's what our team as a whole is trying to do. We're trying to push the boundaries. We're trying to basically do everything that Web3 gives for gamers, both for game developers, even indie and even AAA titles, and for gamers themselves. It is also empowering because they are the holders of their assets, and not some other company. They have full control over it, and I believe that was one of the biggest eye-opening moments for those people. That's the possibilities that this technology has to offer. And in my opinion, there's still plenty of work to do, but I feel like we're on the right path, and with such a great team that know what they are doing, it's just a matter of time.
Definitely, this is what we should stop. We should stop talking about the NFT. This is what we bring to the market. It's a holistic ecosystem for building the experience of the players and delivering how to deliver the games and the assets to the market. So definitely, it's a time to stop talking about the NFT, and we should start talking about different mindset of playing, different mindset of bringing onboarding players and so on, experience. This is what we should talk and what we should providing for them.
Yeah, because when people hear word NFT, the first thing that comes to their mind is like not gonna throw names, but some pictures, and not really the whole possibilities that it can unlock. Totally agree with you, Michael. Would someone else would like to share something?
Yeah, I would like to add something when it comes to the meta asset. which is our form and our technology. I've seen from people on our booth when they've seen that the cars in the Assetto Corsa Manager are meta assets, are not just gaming assets based on Assetto Corsa. They were amazed how our technology can be used in games. I had some talks with people from other industries, even shooters like FPS were interested in using the meta assets in the game. So yeah, meta asset is not only a picture; it's a great technology that can be used in both games and other industries.
Yeah, because this is the reason why we choose sim racing as a perfect use case. What really NFT meta asset is, because most of the people don't understand really what we bring to the market. While we are not talking about the NFT, but we are looking at different assets in the game. So I know, and I'm not surprised that the players of FPS are very familiar with what we are doing with Assetto Corsa and sim racing. You need to show them, explain the other parts of the markets and players. And of course, we should explain developers how they can start using this technology in their own games.
Yeah, exactly. We've learned a lot when it comes to communication with both players and developers during the event. We got some big plans regarding the construction of our channels and communication. So stay with us, guys, and see for yourselves what we got in our sleeve.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you very much for this session. Remember to leave a like and make sure to give some feedback in the comments whether this video was what you were looking for. I'm sure it was, and probably we are hoping it won't be a last Q&A session with the team. Let us know in the comments whether you would want to see more videos like this. Stay tuned for more info. And once again, thank you for all the questions. And yeah, until the next time.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.